Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. Yeah, it's getting a little cold out here, so sorry if I'm all non-matching or whatever this is. Just had to throw something on. But getting cold, it starts to making me think, hey, Halloween, Christmas, I gotta start making new stuff. So I wanted to design these coasters that fit together on the table so they display. I mean, for our table, and I'm going to give them to my brother or whatnot, And I wanted them to split apart and become coasters so that we could actually use them. But it's kind of a Halloween thing. So, you know me, I'm always just creating something. That's why lasers are so cool. But I also wanted it to be pretty simple. So I'm like, okay, what do I got around here? I have some colorboard solids from Craft Closet. Obviously, there's going to be some links below in this episode because I'm using the things that I actually use every day. So that's who I tend to partner with. Colorboard solids just made everything so easy. No paint, right? I mean, you can do this if you want to paint it. If you just want to, paint some MDF and then run that through, it's just easy. But obviously, if it's already painted, it's even way easier. So, and it's not very expensive for the colorboard solids. Compared to just MDF, it's not that big of a difference for me anyways. And so, there you go. We put it together. And you'll also notice I have an ACMR or ASMR, as Clack Shack would call it. P3 48 watt. And I'm not doing a review on that. I do have a 25% discount, link below. And spoiler alert, it's awesome. I am absolutely loving it. And for the price, can you beat it? I mean, I think it's like $1,100 for a 48 watt laser. I mean, wow. I mean, this thing is tearing through my MDF like nothing. It's working perfect. The kerf is super, super tight. But again, this isn't a review. I'm just getting started. This is actually for my review that I'm making this. So, but I am really enjoying it. It's great money. Great laser for the money. And so let's get into what we're doing here. As I said, I'm using the Craft Closet colorboard solids. So here's the green and the orange and the black. Obviously, everybody has black. And that's it. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to go through it because I said step-by-step video on step-by-step on the file. So the file is below. It's $1 from my site because, hey, it took me some time to make it. And I have a brand new site, so I kind of wanted to, push that or whatever. But it is available at Etsy as well for $1.80 because I got to pay Etsy. But there you go. So yeah, I think it's a cool little file and pretty simple and pretty fun to make with just you or your family. You can get color. I got to tell you this. You can get the exact color you want if you wanted to get some custom hex thing and you had this specific thing that you wanted to make. You can get your specific color, but it's quite expensive. I mean, but it is nice that you are able to do that. So I wanted to point that out. My link for Craft Closet is a discount link, so you can get this stuff a little bit cheaper. Most of you already know that. And this is, of course, the laser I'm using with 25% off. Link below. Now, the file is both in Lightburn and SVG. So for those of you not using Lightburn, you can make it, no problem. And that's partially why I'm going to teach this a little bit. With Lightburn, all of the color, you've got all of your layers are already pointed out there for you. There isn't really a lot to do other than put in your settings. Yeah, my settings are like 1,000 millimeters per minute with 100% power, and I'm ripping through this stuff. But your settings may be completely different depending on the laser, your air assist, the everything. What I generally do is I turn off the air assist for the engraving, which is only one line. And then for the rest of it, I am using air. I mean, it's pretty simple. So just figure out your settings, put them in, and cut out each color that you need, turning on and off the layers. If you're using the SVG, you're going to have to identify these different layers and cut them or engrave them accordingly. It shouldn't be very difficult, but, at least look here and you can see what I'm doing and say, okay, this part needs to be engraved, this part needs to be cut, and you can just follow what I'm doing. Now, I did 3 layers on mine. You do not have to do that. I wanted that raw MDF look for the bottom of the coaster. And then I have the black colorboard solid in the middle, and then the orange and green are both on the top layer. And I just glue them together. I'll show you a video or something of that, but it's super simple. Just grab your Titebond 2 or any glue that you want, really. A sponge works great. Just sponge it up and put it together. It's really not that difficult. And once you've glued it together, or before that, you can clean off any residue that you've got on there and then just spray a coating, because you did engrave part of that. So now the water could seep into that. And then, the bottom or whatever, if you left it plain, so that, any sort of liquids or anything, because you are using this as a coaster, aren't going to get through. Kind of important for a coaster. And as you can see, they all come together for a display that's on your table. And then once you're sitting down having some, hot chocolate and marshmallows or whatever, you could just split it up, and hopefully there's only 3 people or you can make 2 or whatever. But for me, I just liked the 3. And to be real, there's 3 of us here right now. So, doesn't get much simpler than that. And, I have a lot to do right now because we're getting ready for Christmas. And so simple seemed like a really nice thing. And for those of you that, follow me and you're like and subscribe, of course, my files tend to be complicated, and, I may spend days just designing a file. And so I just wanted to come down, create something pretty simple that I thought looked pretty cool, and have something that we could use right away. And since Halloween is coming up close, right away, so I could get it to you. So lasers are just amazing. I mean, you can create so much. And I've said this many times, that people just get stuck in the same rut of, getting the same files and creating the same things, and everybody's making the same things. And you're cutting out, in my opinion, half the fun. It is super, super great to get started doing all of that. But getting to know your software and being able to create more and interesting things, even taking this file or any of my files and rethinking them and making something that nobody's done before, it's really fun. And so I'm just encouraging you, especially as we're getting towards Christmas. Well, maybe not. If you're in the laser business right now, is time to be making things. I hope you do really well. But for the rest of us, I've already made my products for this Christmas. And so I'm concentrating on making gifts and things. Some of the crosses, some of the wallets, some, I'm going to be making ornaments and things. I'll have videos for that. And of course, purses, things like that. So I'll be making all of that stuff for my gifts, some bottle openers, and I'm going to have videos out just showing you how to make all of those things so that, of course, you can give them away as well. I'll try and do that in the next couple of weeks because time's getting short. So I want you to really prepare for that. Start writing a list. Hey, what do I want to make for this person or that person or whatever? And you should just do it with your laser, but try and find things that people actually want. I think this is kind of important. So I've gone on long enough. I hope you like this product. My family loved it so far, so that's important. And I will see you all in the next one. Love y'all.